Quickie Wednesday! Yay! Quickie Wednesday!
What's up, guys, and welcome to my Quickie Wednesday review for Toy Story. This is the first film that's ever computer animated, and it's Pixar's first movie, and it's the movie that started it all. And I am reviewing this and the next two Toy Story movies within the next 2 Wednesdays leading up to Toy Story 4. Very excited about that. Cannot wait to see that. Hoping that it's as good as these 3 movies. And Toy Story, it is a very basic movie. It's one of Pixar's most simple films, I think. It's the story of attachment. It's the story of replacement. It's the story of friendship. We have Sheriff Woody, played by Tom Hanks, who gives a fantastic voice performance in this movie. This might be one of his best voice performances as Woody, might be his best. And he's very attached to Andy, obviously, who is his owner. And one thing leads to another. It's Andy's birthday party. They're moving in a few days, and he gets a Buzz Lightyear toy, which is this really cool sort of Space Ranger toy. And now Buzz and Woody have to start to get along. Woody has to get used to Buzz, and Andy starts to play with Buzz a little more than he's been playing with Woody. And Woody has been his favorite toy since kindergarten, I believe is what they say in the film. So now Woody sort of starts to go insane as, Andy starts to really tend to Buzz Lightyear a little more. One thing leads to another. Buzz gets knocked out the window, and Woody now is left with Buzz stranded, and they have to go back and get back to the house. And as they're on this adventure together, they learn to really be friends with each other and help each other out, and they need each other. There's really nothing to be said about Toy Story that hasn't been said already. I think Tom Hanks, like I said, his voice performance in this movie is out of this world. He is fantastic in this movie. And I love how, we really kind of see Woody go insane. He turns into a bit of a psychopath. I mean, if you just watch the animation to his character, I do know that, this is the first computer animated movie. He just, some of the ways that they animate his face and his movements, once Buzz comes into the picture, he really starts to kind of go insane. And he turns into this psychopath. And he turns into a murdering psychopath when he tries to, he doesn't try to knock Buzz out the window, but he tries to knock him behind the damn desk. And that doesn't work. He knocks him out the window, and I love that scene. That is one of my favorite scenes of the movie, when all the other toys, they realize this, and, they're like, Woody, what if Andy starts playing with me more? You going to throw me out the window too? And then Woody's reaction to that, he's just like,
well, what if Andy starts playing with me more, Woody, huh? You're going to knock me out of the window too?
No, I can't do it. But the way that they animate his face is like, nah, it's crazy. Like, I'm thinking, this is a psychopath. In this film, Woody is a psychopath, and his arc is to come back as a normal toy and not be a psychopath anymore. By the end of the film, I don't think he's a psychopath. Definitely Toy Story 2, 3, and most likely 4, he's normal again. But a majority of this film, he is a little cuckoo. And I really like that aspect of his character in this movie. I love that, this movie has such adult humor in it. Woody knocks Buzz out the window and the toys are coming to pretty much kill him. It's pretty dark if you think about it. When Andy comes in and the toys have to freeze, Mr. Potato Head gets the Etch-a-Sketch, or whatever it's called, and the thing draws a noose. And Mr. Potato Head looks at Woody and he goes, "You," meaning, we're going to hang you. It's pretty dark, but I loved it. I think it's fantastic humor. Pixar hasn't done humor like this. This might be one of their more adult films, humor-wise. There's a lot of sexual innuendo with Woody and Bo Peep. I believe that's probably going to be cut completely from Toy Story 4, unless they're going to go back to that. I don't know.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.
I think Tim Allen is fantastic as Buzz Lightyear. And Buzz has a nice little arc too, He thinks he's a space ranger. He's just coming out of the box, and he thinks that he has to go back to Star Command and all this. And throughout the film, he sort of realizes that he's a toy. When he sees that commercial on the television, he says, wow, maybe I am really a toy. And he tries to fly and it doesn't work. He falls, he breaks his arm off, which leads to a great piece of humor where Sid's sister gets the toy and he brings him into her room and, you know, puts a little pink hat on him and calls him Mrs. Nesbit. I thought that was pretty funny. This review is kind of all over the place, but I'm just really touching on things in this movie that I love. Because I think we've established that this is pretty much a perfect movie. You know, even though that it is very simple in ways, there's really no flaws with it. There's really no problems with it. If I was to say one little nitpick about this movie, it's when, right before Buzz and Woody, they're in the sky, and the rocket's about to explode, and they detach from the rocket, and Buzz flies for the first time. Really great scene, really uplifting scene. Randy Newman's music is fantastic. Randy Newman's score, and the whole film is great, but there's a bit right when he detaches himself from the rocket, and all he has to do is press the button to make his wings come out, and the tape detaches. I was thinking, if it was that easy to detach yourself, you know, why didn't you do that when you were stuck in the fence? Because then maybe you guys would have got to the car in time. I don't know, it's just a nitpick. But, I mean, it does lead to a very, like I said, uplifting scene with a great score. Buzz, you're flying. This isn't flying, this is falling with style, which is a great callback to the, you know, scene where Buzz has to manipulate the objects around the room to actually kind of fly around the place. Really great callback, really great screenplay to this movie. The score, Randy Newman's score is great. And this is a solid 5 out of 5 movie. Toy Story is phenomenal. Also, I just want to say, you know, Sid, the mean kid next door, he's got some pretty nasty, not nasty, but he's got horrible parents. I mean, I don't think the mother really cares about him. He's got all this things of destruction in his outside, you know, backyard, in his bedroom. You know, the father, it's broad daylight, and he's in his little room with a chair on. I assume he's sleeping with the lights out. Like, is he an alcoholic? You know, it's just little things that they hint upon in this movie that kind of show why Sid is the way he is. You know, he doesn't have a good upbringing. And that's another layer to the screenplay which I really appreciated. I thought I'd throw that out there. But guys, what are your thoughts on Toy Story? You know, comment below. Also, guys, you can subscribe to this channel for my reviews for Toy Story 2, 3, and 4, which will be up on this channel within the next weeks, especially the next 2 Quickie Wednesdays, so you can definitely check those out. Also, you can check out a whole bunch of trailer reactions and reviews up on this channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video. You can also follow me on Instagram at KingOfRises131. Guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching my Quickie Wednesday review for Toy Story. Over and out.
You can't fly.
Yes, I can.
Can't.
Can.
Can't.
The adventure takes off when toys come to life.
To infinity and beyond.
Toy Story.
Look out!
Can.
Quickie on Wednesdays.